I'm back again. I'm back again. I'm back again. All right. I don't know what happened. I'm going to try to do this again. Let's send a request. All right. Let's do it again. I don't know what happened. It crashed. It just literally crashed. Let's try to get my man again. David Benavidez. Hello, 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 everybody. Let's get my man David Benavidez one more time. Let's do it again. It literally just crashed. I don't know what happened. It froze. Just, there you go. I'm going to get him again. Go live. And let's go live with my waiting for the chat. There you go.
How you doing?
Now it's working. How are you, brother?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm just out here in Big Bear. You know, I just got done with the training session not too long ago, but everything is going amazing. You know, I'm excited to do this interview and talk with you a little bit.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm excited to have you because, bro, last time I saw you, you was in the gym as if you had a fight already, and you were focused for a long time, man. So this is just, it seemed like it's just nothing new to you, just back to doing it in a different location. Because last time you was in Seattle, this time you moved your camp to where? To Big Bear, right?
Yeah, I'm in Big Bear right now. The reason I came out here, I've been out here since December 12th, you know, just because of the issues, the last with the weight and stuff like that. So, you know, I wanted this camp to run smooth and I wanted everything to be perfect. And we've been already training for 7 weeks. We don't fight until March 12th. We got another 7 weeks left. So, you know, just been preparing as best as possible.
How close to you are you to weight?
Like 9 pounds. But, you know, we got 7 weeks left, so we're not really trying to move too fast. I'm not really trying to dehydrate myself too much. So, you know, we've been taking care of everything. You know, the water has been good. We've been doing 2 gallons of water a day. You know, the diet has been amazing. So, and then, you know, I was just at Robert Garcia's gym yesterday, too. We did 12 rounds with 3 different guys. So everything has been running smoothly, running amazing. I'm looking to have an amazing performance come March 12th.
That's what I was going to ask you. How's the sparring getting? Are you getting good guys to come in, some good work?
No, definitely. We've been working with this guy. I think he's Armenian. He trains at Abel's gym. He's 175. He's an amazing dude. We went down there to Riverside, and there was Facao, Alexis Espinosa, and some other guys. So everybody we've been working with has been really good. So you know, hats off to them. I appreciate them giving me the work, but everything has been running smoothly.
Yo, so once you got your opponent announced, what do you know about your opponent?
Well, I seen that he beat Robert, what's his name? He beat Korobov. I mean, it was kind of a disc or an injury or something like that. I mean, I know he's sharp. He's a fast fighter, good defensive fighter. But the thing is that, you know, this is his biggest opportunity. Beats me extremely serious. So
right.
I'm having this camp like if it's a world title fight. You know, I'm training 3 times a day. You know, I'm working my ass off every day. So, you know, he's taking me serious. I'm taking him serious too. I was trying to get some other guys, man. We're trying to get some big fights, you know, for the fans. But, you know, nobody wanted to take the fight, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit out either. Last year, I only fought 1 time. I'm not going to be inactive either, you know. So I get the fights I could get, you know. And after this, hopefully we could get a big fight. We can see what's going on there.
Right, because that's my next question. I know you want to stay active, and I know you want to give the big fights. So was a part of you kind of disappointed because it's not what you technically wanted? You know what I mean?
Originally, yes, I thought we were going to get a fight with Uskateki. So Uskateki, you know, that would have been a good fight. He's a warrior as well. He comes forward. He's a pressure fighter. So I thought, you know, the fans would really appreciate this fight. He turned it down. I think Linnell Thompson turned the fight down. And, you know, the only person that was willing to take the fight was, you know, Ronald Ellis. You know, so hats off to him. You know, it's, you know, I mean, it's not my fault that I can't get these fights. I try to get the best fights for the fans, especially now. I feel like, you know, I want these big names. I want to have a breakthrough year. I want to beat the best guys up there. So, you know, I mean, I'm not cherry picking. I'm not doing none of that. But if there's no fights presented, what am I going to do? I'm not going to stay inactive.
So now, how do you feel when every time Canelo name is mentioned, your name is synonymous with that? How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel good because I'm doing something right. That makes me feel that I'm doing something right. But, you know, I'm not really trying to, you know, mention the name every time I do an interview, and I'm not trying to clout chase. I mean, I'm going to let the fight happen organically. I'm pretty sure eventually a lot of people are going to be wanting to see that fight. So, you know, there's not just Canelo in this weight division now. You know, we got, you know, you got Charlo coming up, which is a very interesting fight. I would love that fight. You got Daniel Jacobs. You got Caleb Plant. You got Gabriel Rosado. You know, you still got Callum Smith, Billy Joe Sanders. I feel like this is the best. This is the best. This is the most competition this weight class has had in a long time. So let me be the first one to set the tone out and saying that I'll take any fights with anybody at this weight division. It doesn't matter to me. I want to prove to myself and to the world that I am the best 168 pounder, and that's what we're looking to do.
And I saw your comments in when Jermall Charlo said, because I got to tell you, I was surprised. Not that I think he's afraid of you or you was afraid of him or anything like that. I don't think any of you guys are afraid of each other. But I got to tell you, I know that he was gunning for Triple G and all the big names. But when he mentioned your name, it kind of took me aback because you're a bigger guy than him. And I
think it's because I've been saying that, you know, he mentioned that he would love to fight, or he mentioned that he would fight me, you know, back then. I think it was like a year ago or something like that. And then every time they would ask me about it, I'd say, that would be a great fight for me. That would be a great fight for the fans. So he must have felt some type of way about that. And he said he'll knock me the fuck out. But let me tell you something. I'll knock him the fuck out too. So let's see who gets who first. That's the thing. Let's set the fight up and let's see who gets who first. Right. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not scared of nobody. He's not scared of nobody. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys would pay to see Benavidez versus Charlo. That would be an amazing fight. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at this stage of my career, I'm willing to fight whoever. You know, if Charlo, these are the types of names I need on my resume to accomplish what I want to accomplish. You know, by the time I told you guys, by the time I'm done, you know, I want to be one of the best of my era. So if I got to be Charlo, if I got to be Callum Smith, if I got to be what's his name, Caleb Plant, then that's what I got to do. I can't. I've already had, you know, I have 23 fights right now. I can't pick and choose no more. Now we got to fight whoever. Whoever they tell me to fight, I'm willing to fight whoever.
Because that was my next question. Is it more for you about legacy or accolades or both when you look at your career?
A little bit of both, man. Just for me, just for my satisfaction. You know, if I'm training, I work my ass off every day. I don't want there to be no questions even to myself. Always like, do you think that guy's better than you? You know, I want to see firsthand for myself. And, you know, like I said, one of my favorites of all time, Marco Antonio Barrera, Morales, these guys were taking these guys the best of the best, and they're 23, 24. So if I set myself to that standard, and that's the people who I look up to, you know, De La Hoya too, Mayweather, all these dudes were fighting these dudes. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to wait until I'm 28 years old. For what? You know, that's just boring, man. I don't want to keep waiting no more. I want to prove to myself, not only to the world, but to myself too, that I am the best. And that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to get these fights made. You know, and also for the fans too. You know, boxing, PBC, we have so much fights that could be made, but sometimes they're not made because, you know, I think they like what is it? They try to wait it out a little bit too much, you know what I mean? So I feel like right now is the right time, you know, my mindset, you know, my training. I know I just had my baby, you know, so I got a lot of motivation. You know, I made a lot of mistakes too, but I'm the first one to own up to that. And now I just want to go forward. I'm not looking back no more. I've won 2 titles already, but that's not enough for me. I want to keep winning titles.
Correct. I see that. I see your rededication. Bro, I see your face in your videos you post. You look drained already. Like, you look like you've been at it all day, working every day. But my next question to you is, I posed a question on my page because I looked at the landscape of the 168 division. And I always say to everybody that Canelo, when you were at 168, and I don't want anybody that's on this live to misunderstand what I'm about to say. When you had the 168 title, Canelo never mentioned your name, or at least I never heard of it. I never heard it. I'm not saying that he was afraid of you, because I don't think that's the case. But now he petitioned to fight for your belt after, you know, it happened and you didn't, you lost the title. Now he's unified with the Callum Smith, and he got the WBA. Caleb Plant has the IBF or WBO or whatever he has, and then you got Billy Joe Sanders. How do you set yourself up at 168 to get a title? What is your moves to get a title? How do you get them to get you in the ring?
Again? I think right now I take care of my fight, take care of business first, And that's why I say if Charlo wants to get in September, we could get in that fight. They're giving everybody else interim titles. Why can't this be an interim title fight?
Okay.
I feel like that fight would be more deserving than any other belt, any other fights that they give interim belts to. So I feel like that's the way in the door right there. But
Gotcha.
it doesn't matter to me. I'll fight whoever. It doesn't matter to me. And at the end of the day, I feel like the people, they just want to see great fights. You know, if it's with me and Charlo, me and Daniel Jacobs, me and Rosado, if that's the route I got to go, then fuck. If they don't want to give me the belt, then I'm gonna be knocking on that door until eventually they have to give me the fight.
Okay. So now, are you familiar with the statement that Canelo said about not wanting to fight Mexicans, anything like?
What to say about that? I can't have an opinion on that. You know, every time I say something about Canelo, people just be talking all this shit. So I don't know what to say about that. I feel like I just got to do my job. You know, I got to look impressive. And if you look impressive, you know, and the people keep constantly asking about that fight, and I just got to do what I do. And, you know, I don't mind waiting as long as it takes to make that fight happen. You know, I just turned 24. I have a long time left. So if he wants to give it to me now, later, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I'll be ready for whenever.
Because his was interesting. Yesterday I had a whole live on that subject about what he said. And a lot of people came in the comments and was like, well, David Benavidez is not Mexican, right? And so I know that your dad is Mexican, your mom is Ecuadorian, and you was born in America, right?
Yeah.
How do you classify? Because in America, you could be a girl and call yourself a boy. You can be whatever. You can be white and say you black. How do you identify yourself?
I'm Mexican and Ecuadorian. I mean, people can say whatever they want, but at the end of the day, I feel like I'm half Mexican, half Ecuadorian. So that's how I got to call it.
If Canelo's issue is he don't want to fight a Mexican, right? Then you just say, listen, I ain't Mexican, bro. That's it.
I mean, it could go either. It could go either way. I mean, there's not too much I can say about that subject. I mean, Canelo, you know, at the end of the day, he does. You know, what he does is his business. I mean, I feel like Canelo's not the only super middleweight 175-pounder right now. So, I mean, I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully I get a fight with Caleb Plant, Charlo, Daniel Jacobs, whoever, man. I'm ready for whoever.
Now, you said something in this conversation that I thought was interesting. And I was talking to Ryan Garcia, and he said something that I thought was interesting. And young guys like yourself with talent, I think y'all could really change the way boxing is done. Is belts important if you're fighting the best? Do they really matter if belts, if you're fighting the best? Thanks for buying that badge. But do they really matter?
Yeah, I think so. It's just that right now there's just a little bit too much belts. I feel like an interim title and then a world title is more than enough. I don't know about, sometimes I don't know about silver, gold, regular, super. You know, I just feel like it's gone a little bit too crazy. But, you know, sometimes still I don't want to say too much. I want to keep these people happy too, so I can't really be talking shit like that. But, I mean, I feel like, honestly, an interim title and a world title should be more than enough.
It should be more than enough.
But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, once you think about it, when your career's all done, when it's all done, you really don't look at the titles because you could be champion for, you know, 5-6 years, but who do they fight? You know, they look at the names on there, on the, you know, who the people that they actually fought. And it's not only about that, it's how interesting he made it feel. You know what I mean? Remember what Pacquiao Cotto, Pacquiao De La Hoya, Pacquiao Hatton, Mayweather Marquez, was it freaking Mayweather Maidana, both fights. You know what I mean? It's just
major fights.
I think about those fights. I don't remember titles, but I remember the magnitude of the fights.
That's my point. And that's my point. So if you putting together the best against the best, I mean, the title, I believe, in my estimation, thanks for buying the badge, I think the title in my estimation, it sells the fight. But the performance, it's what it signifies that fight.
Yeah, exactly.
It stamps that fight. It makes that living legacy. Now, you're a big guy. Do you find yourself struggling to make 168? And do you think you will probably go up to 175 at some point?
I'll definitely go up to 175 at one point, but I'm saying I can't leave 168. There's too much good fights to be made right here.
Right.
For me, and you know, when I started my career at 168, maybe like 5 years ago before I became the champion, I'm like, I told myself, I'm not leaving this weight division until I fight all these guys. There's way too much. I feel like there's bigger fights for me in my promotion company at 168 than there's at 175. So
I would agree with that. I would.
You know, so I mean, I gotta. At the end of the day, too, if I want to make this money, I want to get paid, I got to fight all these big fighters. There's a lot of big fighters right here. There's a lot of good fighters to fight against. So I feel like the most money for me right now is at 168.
So, and yet, in this upcoming fight, and I really, truly don't like to dismiss your opponents that you're facing now, because I always believe, look at the food on your table, then go get the dessert. So with your opponent that you have coming up right now, Ronald Ellis, do you prepare for him differently, or what's your strategy going into this fight?
Well, the thing about each fighter is different. You just got to look at film of them. You know, you got to look at hours and hours of film, see what they do good, see what they do bad, you know, see their strong suits, see their weak suits, you know. So you definitely got to study each fighter. But at the end of the day, we work for everybody. We got the same game plan, you know, jab, body shots, uppercuts, pressure, you know. So it's kind of the same thing. You got to adapt to certain things. You know, he might in the fight is different. He could do something in film, and then in the fight he could fucking learn something new that I didn't see in the film. You know what I mean? So you just have to learn how to adapt too. That's the reason why I spar with so many guys. I spar, so sometimes I'll go the most I've gone is like maybe 18 rounds with 5 different guys. But that's because you always want to adapt. You know, one fighter has a different style than the other, so you got to be constantly thinking. So, I mean, if he wants to be a brawler, then I got a style for a brawler. If he wants to be a boxer, I have to go look for him. Now I got a style for that too. And also too, you gotta have more than one style if you want to be a good fighter. If you want to be a great fighter, you have to learn how to adapt. You have to learn how to box. You have to learn how to brawl. You have to learn how to cut the ring off. You have to learn how to do all that shit.
Now, is the young gunner Edgar Berlanga, is he on your radar?
I mean, like I said, if he's looking for a fight, then I'll fight him. If he's, you know what I mean? If he's saying that it'll take him a little bit more time, then I'll wait a little bit more time too. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whenever they're ready, you know, to fight. It's not like I could say, oh, I'm fighting you next, and then the contract gets set out, because I've been trying to fight a lot of people too, and they're making me wait. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Whenever they're ready, whenever they feel like they're ready. I mean, I'm ready right now, so they don't – I mean, I've reached out to them already. My father's reached out to the manager, and they said no, so I guess they're not ready yet.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you did actually reach out. Your dad reached out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's really dope. That's news. Wow.
Yeah. But like I said, I wanted to really give, because I'm out here, you know, I'm training extremely hard. Like I said, right now, if whoever, I'd be ready for whoever right now. I mean, I'm working like this is a world title fight. So if it was Berlanga, if it was Charlo, if it was Canelo, if it was Caleb Plant, you know, it would make no difference. I'm fucking working for this fight like if I worked for my first world title fight, my second world title fight, you know. So everything is the same. Everything is the same hard work and the same dedication, the same motivation. We're just waiting for these fighters to get in the ring with us.
So when you watch Canelo, right? I love Canelo. I'm not gonna hold you. I think Canelo is one of the most dynamic fighters of this era. And every time I see Canelo come out, I see him add another facet to his fight game. But I've recently watched some video of you training. And I think, and I'm not saying this because I'm on with you, I did see you adding some head movement. Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that for a while. I feel like now my defense is getting a little bit better. So I'm always, you know, trying to tweak my style, do some different stuff, you know, try to do my best. But I take a little bit of, I'm not even gonna lie, I take some pages out of Canelo's book. You know, I see the shit he's working on. Why not? He's the best. I feel like he's the pinnacle right now of, you know, championship boxing and good boxers. And I mean, I never shied away from that. I never said, hey, oh, he's shit. He's just a fucking cherry picker. He's weak as fuck. I never said that. I feel like he's the best fighter right now. But it's because he works on so much different shit. So, I mean, if it's there in front of me, why am I not going to try to learn it myself? You know,
absolutely.
So is this different? Is this different shit like that you got to just you have to have a lot of game plans. You have to be thinking constantly. And you can't just think about offense. You got to think about defense too. I feel like once you become, you know, like Mayweather too, he doesn't just he does defense, but he's not just strictly about defense. It's just the way he sets shit up. You know, he'll fucking paw a little jab, then he'll hit you with the right hand, then he'll get out the way, then he'll hit you with another right hand. It's just at the end of the day, it's art, man, and you just really got to know how to put everything together. I mean, some people take longer than other people. You know, it's taken me a long time, and I'm not even at the place where I want to get yet. But I feel like if I keep continuing, I keep practicing, keep doing the stuff I want to get, I'll eventually get to the level of boxing that I know I'm going to get to.
And I think you're doing amazing, and your performance is getting better every time. Your last outing, you dominated, and I think you got the attention of everybody. No matter what they say, everybody's watching. They see what you're doing. And one of the questions I asked Jermall Charlo was, who did he get some of his style from, and some of the punches that he do, and how does he do the things he do in the fight? And so he said his slap jab he kind of took from Adrian Broner, which was like paying homage, and it was interesting to hear that. And it's important that fighters can pay homage to other fighters, even though they might be your future adversary. It doesn't change the respect, because this is a respect game as well as a adversary game, right?
Exactly. So, like what I always say is, I respect every fighter at the end of the day. They're a good fighter in the ring. I can like them in the ring, but outside the ring, I won't like their personality. I'm not gonna fucking hate on boxing. I love boxing. I'm not just because I'm like, oh, that guy fucking sucks, this and that. If he does things right and, he looks good, I'll give him the credit. But he could be a fucking, he could be a dickhead outside the ring. I'll say, fuck that guy outside the ring, but inside the ring, he's nice. You know what I mean? It's just, you always gotta pay homage, and you always gotta respect fighters at the end of the day, because, we're in training camp for months at a time, away from my family, this and that. People could talk all this shit that, oh, you guys need to stay ready, this and that. It's not that easy to stay ready. It's really not. Especially if you prepare for world title fights, it's not easy to stay ready. You got to get 3-4 workouts in every fucking day, run 6 miles a day, do 12 rounds of sparring, fucking hundreds of sit-ups, countless hours of fucking shadow boxing, doing all this shit. If it was that easy, there would be way more boxes, and there's not. That's why, so a lot of these people need to chill, saying, oh, you need to stay ready, this and that. You guys don't know how it is to get ready for a world title fight.
Or just stay ready, period, to look great. How do you stay motivated? Sometimes fights fall out. Sometimes the contract fall out. I mean, you got to stay boxing ready. You might get a call. Like, you're at a different level. You're a 2-time world champion. Some guys don't get that call, and they have to stay motivated to get that call to be fight ready. And you seen last weekend, Avery Sparrow, the guy he's performing, he had to get a call 5 weeks notice, but he had to take it because he's not a big guy. But you seen his performance. It was lackluster because you can't stay that motivated. Like you're saying.
Sometimes it's just the opportunity. Sometimes you can't turn an opportunity down like that. Sometimes you might have a perfect night. Sometimes you might have a fucking horrible night. I mean, especially when you don't have time like that. And the thing about that is, too, is I've paid my dues. I've been in professional 8 years. I remember getting calls like that back then, too. You got 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get ready. And you'll be like, fuck, well, I've only been training a week. I mean, I don't want to, 2 weeks isn't really enough, but sometimes you just have to fucking, pull your pants up, man, work as hard as you can, and whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's why it's not that good to take so much time off. Sometimes I take 2 weeks off, but I got to be back in the gym too. I don't take more than 2 or 3 weeks off, because sometimes you don't know when you're going to get that call.
Right.
So, I mean, and I've paid my dues. I've had my first year, I fought 8 times.
Wow.
And then, it just kept coming, and obviously the fighters kept getting better, and, the times our training camps got a little bit longer, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you have to have a short training camp, and it's just all up to you. It's all up to where your motivation is at and how bad you really want it.
Right. So what do you do to get that? Because, sometimes the world comes at you real fast, and everything happens, like with your hiccups that you had in life and all those things. How do you maintain your composure? What do you do to make sure that you keep all your ducks in a row? Or who's that?
Well, now it's just experience. And experience, I've had a lot of stuff happen to me. So, I mean, now, as sometimes the best lessons in life are the experience that you've been through, and that matures you. You know, I feel like back then I wasn't, you know, I wasn't really ready like that to, you know, because I didn't really realize how big of a stage or platform I was on. So, but now, you know, I've been fined, I've been suspended, I've been through all that shit. Now we just go forward, you know, we just go forward. And now, like I said, I got my girlfriend, I got my son, I got my own family now. And I actually have an opportunity to do something great in boxing. You know, I feel like I'm better than most of these guys out here. So now that's all the motivation I need. Everything I talked about when I was a little kid, all the dreams and aspirations I had when I was a little kid, now I can finally reach them.
Right. How does that feel, though? How does that feel to be able to go to your garage and see that Lamborghini that you used to dream of?
It's crazy, bro. Honestly, I didn't even think I was going to get this point this time at this age. You know what I mean? But it's been a lot of fucking hard work. It's been hard work. I was just at Abel's gym the other day. Well, I trained there every day, Abel Sanchez. And I told Abel Sanchez, like, remember when I came here when I was 15 years old? That's almost 10 years ago. That we first got in the ring with Golovkin. That's almost 10 years ago. He's like, yeah, time passes by fast. I'm like, damn, it's just a trip, man. But, you know, I talked about moments like this when I was little, you know, to myself. Be like, when we get to this stage in our career, we're just going to go after everybody. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm 24. I feel like I'm ready for whoever, so I'm reaching for the stars now.
And I hate to bring other interviews that I had in with other people, but I think all of you guys are similar in a lot of different ways. When I talked to Caleb said to me, I asked him what's his plan B if this didn't work out. And he said, I don't have a plan B. I said, do you have any other talents outside of boxing? I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you have any other talents outside of boxing?
No. No. Just you know, eventually I want to get into real estate, but not right now. I feel like if I want to be successful in boxing, I have to give it my all. I can't have no side projects. I can't do none of that shit. That's why, like I'm saying too, at the end of the day, I gotta feed my family too. Just because this guy don't want to take the fight, and this other guy don't want to take the fight, doesn't mean I'm going to sit out for a whole year.
Right.
You know, that's why I'm trying to stay active too. But boxing is my plan A and my plan B, and I'm not going to stop.
Right. And this is why when I hear guys or people or fans talk and say, oh, he's scared of this guy or he's scared of, I really never, ever thought that you were scared of Caleb or Caleb was scared of you. I never thought that. I don't think Canelo was scared. I don't think any of you guys, I think it's circumstantial. I think when the moment presents itself, the fight will happen. And I think
so this is what I think about this thing right now with him. Obviously, everybody's fucking chasing Canelo.
Right.
He has the third ticket. He has the golden ticket. He has the third fight. Maybe he could probably get the fight after Billy Joe. But if he takes the fight with me, I feel like that's too much risk for him.
Right.
He's not going to make as much money as he makes with Canelo than with me.
Right.
You know, he'll make a couple millions, not a couple millions, probably like 2 or 3. But with Canelo, you'll make 5, 6. And at the end of the day, it's not even 5, 6. You pay fucking taxes and all that shit. It goes down to 2 or 3. It goes 3.5, maybe a little bit less than 3. You know what I mean? It's at the end of the day, you know, it's a business or whatever. I mean, if you don't want to take the fight, then fuck it. You know what I mean? He's not the only, those people, they're not the only 2 fighters in this division.
No. And I think it's a great opportunities. There's great opportunities at 168. And you just mentioned all of those names. And I think all those fights back to back, the Daniel Jacobs, the Gabe Rosados, there's amazing fights to be made for you at 168. I want to take a question for somebody there. Somebody asked me, do you speak Spanish?
Of course I speak Spanish.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. Listen, bro, I'm not going to hold you up because I really appreciate you taking your time. And you know, you my brother all the time.
Let me just say real quick. Le quiero mandar un saludo a toda la raza que tengo aquí mirando. Los quiero mucho. Y muchas gracias por todo el apoyo. Aquí vamos a pelear marzo 13 con el Ronald Ellis. Y pues aquí vamos a estar y vamos a ir por knockout. Muchas gracias.
My man. So, now, can I get a prediction from you? Will you knock this guy out or what's going to happen?
You know, I always go for the knockout. I mean, but the thing about me is I don't come out like that. I don't come out fucking reckless and none of that shit.
Right.
You know, I feel like you get a knockout by doing things right. You know, you don't try to start off too fast. I don't feel like I have punching power like that to just come out the gate and knock somebody out like that. You know, I mean, that's Gervonta Davis and shit like that. I mean, I'm probably getting there. I'm not in my prime yet, but I'm eventually gonna get there. But You know, my type of fighting style is different. I set shit up. You know, I make you think I'm coming up to the top, and then I'll hit you to the body when you're not expecting it, or I'll hit you to the head when you're expecting a body shot. So, I mean, I'm expecting a knockout. I'm working for a fucking knockout, and I know for me to get to that level, you know, of superstardom or whatever, I got to keep knocking people off, stopping people. I'm trying. I'm gonna try to get another 16-plus knockout this fight. You know, I'm a little bit motivated because I want to. You know, that shit went crazy, but you know, we're gonna try to do that. Yeah, man, I'm just very happy with everything, and I also want to thank you for putting my name out there. You know, getting me these interviews, and I really appreciate everything.
Oh, bro, man, come on, man, it's all love. Listen, dude, just quick, fast. When you in camp, do you actually get a cheat day?
I try to go to the gas station, get a bag of chips. I shouldn't be saying this, but my dad gonna fucking tear me up. But nah, sometimes. So that's why I like coming to training camp long. Like I like having a long training camp. If things are going well, the weight is going good, then we'll get a steak in there. You know, we'll get a freaking lobster in there. You know what I mean? Because lobster and steak is not that much calories. It's just it takes a long time to dissolve.
Right.
But I try not to drink soda no more. I try not to eat none of that candy, no chips, none of that shit. But sometimes you'll get a little piece of chocolate bar would be just enough for me. But yeah, you know, I can't. Yeah, you know, but I can't be doing no more cheat days only because of what happened last time. So you know, yeah.
So I was thinking about when you were young and I seen how big you were. Like that. I mean, your transformation was amazing, bro.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, man, it was. Sometimes, man, it's super hard when I just came in to lose weight. You know, I had been boxing my whole life, but I was like, fuck, bro, I'm too big, man. So I don't even think I'm gonna lose weight. I looked at myself in the mirror one day and I was like, God damn, I had gained, like, because my brother and my dad had moved to Los Angeles and I was still in Phoenix. And that was the only time I've ever had off my whole life. So I was off for like a year. I was eating fucking ramen noodle every day, dinner, lunch, breakfast, all that, Taco Bell, all that shit. And then I gained like almost 100 pounds in a couple months.
Yeah.
And I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even recognize myself no more. I was like, fuck that. Like, I need to go with you guys to California. Maybe I could lose some weight. And then I was heavier and I was always big. And I started sparring with fucking, 220-pound straight muscle dudes and shit. And I was beating them up. And then we started getting a little bit lower on the weight. Then I started, sparring professionals, high-ranked professionals. And it moved up to world champions. And then when I started getting in the ring with Kelly Pavlik, Golovkin, all those, high-level champions, and that's when my confidence went up. And I had always been training. I started boxing at 3.
Right.
So right now I have 21 years boxing. So I mean the skill and the talent was always there. It was up to me to bring it out.
And I keep saying I'm gonna let you go, but then I get these other questions. To Triple G sparring, how did that go?
Oh, that was fucking amazing sparring, bro. It was if we would have put it out, if we would just put the sparring out, we would have been able to sell it.
Really?
Just like 20, but that shit was crazy. It was some good sparring. I don't want to say too much, but it was amazing sparring. That dude, that's my hats off to Golovkin. He was the most humble dude I've ever met in my life. He's more. I think of him as a mentor. That guy is. Okay. He'd always teach me how to throw different shit. He was amazing. He was an amazing person.
Really? But
and the sparring sessions were crazy. The sparring sessions were crazy.
But,
yeah, they were really
without
good.
giving too much, did he ever hurt you?
No. That's the thing about me, bro. If I get hit with the shot, I have to come back. I have to hit you with 2. You know what I mean? And then we would go back and forth like that. I went back like 4 years, then just working with him. I was his main sparring partner since I was 17 years old. He would have other dudes. He'd have other dudes wear freaking body protection. And he told me one time, he's like, "You do need to wear this because Golovkin, you know how hard he is." I'm like, "Oh, fuck that. If he hits me and he stops me with the body, then so be it. Then I got to learn from that." But I never got stopped or nothing. He does hit hard as fuck. He hit super hard, but no, I never got hurt from him.
Wow. And because, there was a time where they didn't let Jaime Munguia fight him because of his age.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I don't know. See, that's something I can't really speak on. You know, I feel like if you feel like you're ready, you know, like Ryan Garcia, he feels like he's ready for Tank. He feels like he's ready for Pacquiao. I don't think age should,
Right, no.
hold the fighter back. But that's probably from his own promotion company. But I mean, that's not saying that it would be easy work for Golovkin. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it's between those men right there, and to see who pulls the fight out. But I don't think it should be. I don't think they should have held it back because of his age.
Bro, but you were sparring. I mean, I just can't get over. Like, you were sparring Triple G when everybody was afraid of him, bro.
The first time I sparred him, I didn't know who he was. That's before he made his U.S. debut. And we had a fucking amazing sparring. Then we go back to Hollywood, and his fight is on. I'm like, that's the motherfucker I sparred? Like, that dude's a beast. Because, you know, it looks different when they're on TV. I'm like, that guy's a fucking monster. And then we just kept working like that. But, yeah, I got the best. I got the best Triple G. I worked with the best Triple G that there was. I mean, not saying that he's gone down or nothing. You know, he's still amazing. But I haven't worked with him in, like, 4 years. But, yeah, he was that when I was working with him, he was at the top of his game.
So now, would you go down to 160? Because I know he's not moving. If that opportunity presented itself at this stage right now, would you go down and fight Triple G at 160?
No, I can't make 160.
Okay, gotcha.
I won't even try 160. I think the least I've ever weighed is 165, and that was pushing it.
I got
we're down to 160.
At least you're honest, bro.
It's just not like, because too, I know I'm not going to be at my best at 160. Right. So why even put myself? It doesn't matter, you know, if it's with Golovkin or anybody else. I feel my best at 168, and I don't even know how I'll feel at 175. I'll probably feel like even more of a monster at 175. But as for right now, I feel good at 168. I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to take a risk to go down in weight. I'm already a big guy as it is. Imagine me at 160.
Right. So,
yeah.
What do you feel about guys that don't like the Triple G's that's not prepared to move up?
Honestly, that's something. I mean, I would move up. I mean, it doesn't really. I feel like that's something that you got to ask them in their. You got to ask somebody that, like him, that question. And I can't have no saying that, because I mean, I would definitely go up. But if he feels comfortable at 160, and he's been dominant, then I mean, obviously, if he wants to stay at 160, it's his decision, or whoever it is. You know what I mean? And whoever don't want to go up and wait.
Right. But listen, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, man. We could just sit there and talk all day. But listen, I gotta go. I gotta actually go pick some cotton. I gotta go to work, and I know you gotta go relax. I appreciate you all the time, man.
Yeah.
You always give me your time, and you don't have to. And I appreciate you, man. And I wish you nothing but success in everything you do. I support you 100%, and I'm looking forward to you putting on a great performance. And I want you to have the best, man. I want you to fight the best. I want to see you at unified, undisputed, all the way through, bro.
Yeah.
Look,
and I just want to tell you guys too, I'm trying to make these big fights happen. So if these fights don't get made, it's not for me. Trust me. It's from the other side, whoever it is. I'm willing to fight whoever, and I'm willing to give you guys the best fights possible. And yeah, man, I appreciate you all the time, and I appreciate all the fans that tuned in and took their time to watch this, man. Thank you so much.
Listen, champ, keep at it, man. We're going to catch up.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, brother.
All right,
good night.
My man. And my man, David Benavidez, has left the building. He is the best, man. He is the best. So, listen, I got to get out of here because I got to go pick some cotton. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we are out. Thanks for everybody that bought a badge. David is always a straight shooter, always keeping it 100%. I wish him nothing but the best. And again, for everybody that's saying Canelo is a cherry picker, I totally disagree with that. I think the fights that he wants has to make sense at this stage in his career. I think he's looking for the most, the fights that will attribute more to his legacy, and the ones that have to make financial sense. So, but listen, thank you, people. I got to go, and we will reconvene at a later date. I'm going to post this on, I'm going to leave this live on my story. So you guys go check it out. And thanks for everybody that supported and bought a badge. Thank you. I'm out.